I left the YouTube partner program today, and it was one of the best choices I made with regards to social media in many months. As someone who was a part of this program since the month of February, the end of February, I've come to realize that I don't want the pittance. I don't want the charity from YouTube. And I see it going in the same direction as TikTok did. And I'm not here to tell you to not be a part of this program. I'm here to show you my journey. I've decided that I don't want YouTube or TikTok's pittance anymore, because I feel like continuing to take part in a program that most definitely suppresses and manipulates content of those who are creators is investing time and energy in a narcissistic, sociopathic system. I've talked about this many times, that so much of social media is based on eliciting emotions, rage bait, narcissism, sociopathy, denigration, depravity. And that's because that's what they want you to see. Their community guidelines don't mean shit. Understand that they just exercise those guidelines whenever they want, or they loosen them whenever they feel is necessary, because depravity brings in viewership. And they would much rather have you see someone unclothed harming themselves for 30 plus minutes and then come out and make a statement where they lie about it than they would rather have you see someone talking about the dire issues and the revelations coming out regarding pedophiles in our fucking government. Murderers within our government who have been complicit in making sure, and many of them signing the instruments of that surety to be dropped on children's heads in other parts of the world, and then act as if they are defending the oppressed. Because I want to talk about the dire issues of this world. I want to bring things to light that affect all of us. And I've talked about this recently with the deep fake AI fraud accounts that rot these applications. Not only are they rot with them, but they rot them from the inside out. And they're becoming more and more common. And the amount of comments on those deep fake AI fraud accounts from people who believe they are true, from people who order these products that are just mass produced and they sell them as if they are created by local artisans or woodworkers, is unbelievable. Buying absolute junk, and those channels get to pass it off as if it's done by someone in a local shop, sweating and putting their artistry into it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those channels flourish all over social media, making money off of people who are unaware, making money off of people who already don't have money to give in the first place. But hey, these are wooden crosses made by a local artist who loves God and Jesus, right? Get the fuck out of here. And then YouTube comes out with these new guidelines that will go into effect next year. Now they're requiring 1,000 subscribers to be part of the YouTube partner program, which that was already in place. But now you have to get double the watch hours, or double the shorts views, I believe. And even though I was an existing partner, I see what's happening. And this doesn't matter at all. This doesn't matter. Because from January 25th to almost the end of May, roughly May 30th, a 4-month period, I experienced something on YouTube that I didn't think was possible. I experienced the kind of growth that David and statistics told me was anomalous, was unheard of, that I was this outlier, right? And that I better enroll in this program right away because I have the potential through AdSense to make some money. And that would help us a lot. But I don't want the money anymore because the money dried up. Because once that started happening, once that growth started occurring over just a 4-month period, they came in and they said, yeah, no more. And in the last 2 months, rather than going from 12 subscribers to 9,300 subscribers, experiencing a net follower gain of over 9,000 followers in 4 months. In the last 2+ months, I've experienced a net loss of subscribers since that time. And I've made videos where I was told by David, AI, that there had been a fraud alert put on my YouTube account because of the growth was so massive that it triggered fraud alerts, and they needed to figure out what's going on. You know, someone that just sits in their fucking car with a phone. Because that's the threat. I want you guys to really understand, and now this is my opinion, but simplicity is the threat. Straightforward communication is the threat. Sharing basic information that you yourself can look up, but you may not know about or think to look up. Sharing revelations that came out in the Epstein files. Sharing fraudulent account activity on social media. Sharing things that many people may not think to look into because it seems like such a vast ocean of information. Sharing the real issues, the genocide, the corruption, how our politicians are bought by AIPAC and by foreign entities. It's become really clear that not many people have a place talking about that stuff. That is for select individuals. That is for select accounts. That is for verified accounts. That is for news agencies. That is for people, in my opinion, who have been chosen. And recognizing how 65,000 plus watch hours in a little over 6 months, which is 8 times the requirement for the year, all these new requirements, seeing how this only served to lessen the profits, served as a pittance offering that isn't even enough to take my wife out for dinner, made me realize that these numbers, in my opinion, really don't mean shit. They can take these numbers and they can manipulate your RPM, your CPM, your viewership, your comments, your likes. They can do whatever they want. It is their platform. It doesn't matter how many rules and regulations and guidelines tell you if you do this and that, oh, the algorithm will respond to this and that. They can do whatever they want. And I don't want to be a part of that system. I don't need their fucking money to speak my truth and to share things that I feel matter to people on a larger scale. I don't need your pittance. I don't need your handout. I don't need your bullshit leading me on, making me think, oh, this video is going to do it, only to realize the suppression and manipulation becomes more intense with time. I'm done tracking this nonsense anymore because that's not what's important. What's important is continuing to be who I am and make decisions about the content I create and what it is I feel is important or worthy of being a part of. And I don't feel the YouTube partner program is worthy of my fucking time. I don't care if I receive another fucking penny. I'm going to continue to report on what I am passionate about.